Hello YouTube and welcome back to my channel. So I've had a number of people message me asking if they should keep their Hot Wheels cars in their original packaging or if they should take them out, and also asking if they lose value when they take them out of the packaging, and it's a very easy answer. The answer is yes, they will lose value if you're planning on keeping them long term as soon as you take them out of the packaging, for a number of reasons which I will discuss in this video. So first things first, they'll lose value because they'll lose this code here which helps identify the make and model of the car. They'll also lose the value because the actual car won't be as well protected, so it could get scuffs and things like that, scratches and bits and pieces because it will be out of this protected case. It will lose the collection, it will lose the number it is in the collection, it will just kind of lose its whole certificate of authenticity, which is kind of what the packaging is. It shows that it's legit, it shows that it's the real deal. So I would always advise you, especially if you've got kind of super treasure hunt cars and you want to keep them long term as kind of an investment vehicle, then I would definitely say always keep it in the packaging. Now I have people that ask me, is there a way of taking it out of the packaging and putting it back in? And there are obviously ways of doing it, but you do have to be very, very careful. Again, if you're looking to hold it long term as an investment, I wouldn't advise doing this, but if you're insistent on taking the car out to have a little play with it, then obviously it can be done, and I'll show you the ways of doing it in this video. So the first thing to remember is every Hot Wheels car comes in slightly different packaging. So for example, if I was taking this car out of the packaging, I wouldn't undo the seal here because the seal goes right the way through the writing. Can you see there? The actual plastic bit. Let me use the knife to kind of show you. That's the plastic bit there. It goes right down the middle of the writing. So that would be much harder to kind of try and line up if you took the seal off there to try and get that to match back up. So if I was taking this car out, I would do it from this end because that's a lot easier to line up than it would be with the writing. But then if you look at this one, you can see the actual plastic bit is here underneath the writing. So on this one you would be able to take it from the bottom without it causing too much problem. So you've really got to play it by ear on each car, so you've got to pick the best way of entry. So in today's example, we're going to use this car here, and I'm going to break the seal from the top here, and by doing that I'm going to be using a sharp knife, and I'm going to use pressure on here to push this down to the floor, and I'm going to use this hand to pull this plastic towards me so I can get underneath it. Very carefully with the knife, you want to get underneath this plastic like this. All the way across. You want to prise it up, and you've really got to take your time with this because you can see we're getting through now to where the car is. Got to be so careful. The more careful you are with doing this, the better it will look when you're done. So you can see we're into the car now. And what you want to do, you want to fold it down. You don't want to really take off the whole of this. So you want to fold it up and try and get the car out like this. And you can see now we have the car out. And you can see if you push that back down, the seal is perfectly fine. And now you can have a little play with the car. Take the car out, check he works, play with the wheels, and then I'll show you how to put it back in. So now putting it back in, always make sure you put it back in the right way. So the bonnet always faces the same way as the car in the picture. So now we're going to slide it back in. Now we've got it back in, and now you need to have yourself a hot glue gun. I've found this works better than super glue. It's a better seal and it looks more like the factory seal. And then very, very carefully, I don't know if you can see this angle here, you want to squeeze the glue, very, very thin layer, because as you push the plastic back down it will spread out across. Make sure you're getting in all the gaps, like that. Now you want to hold it down. And the good thing about hot glue is it does set very quickly. With super glue you kind of have to wait a good few hours for it to fully set. Whereas with hot glue, as it starts to cool down, it will set very nicely. Just keep the pressure on. And you can see already that has formed a seal. So very, very quickly formed a seal. And now your Hot Wheels car is back in. And you can see it is very, very hard to tell that it's been opened before. And like I said, if you would have done it on the bottom bit, it's a lot harder, especially if this plastic goes through the wording to line back up. So you've really got to look at each car individually and work out which is the best way to open it. But that's the best technique that I've found. Some people like to do a line across the back and then take the car out, but it's very, very hard to disguise that when you're sealing it again. So yeah, there we go. Very, very nice way of taking the cars out, having a bit of a play, and then putting them back in. So there we go. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.